So this is going to be the second episode in my series of making Paimon version 2. In this episode I'm going to be working on using screens for the eyes and mouth. Previously I ordered 5 screens, 3 large ones and 2 small ones. The large one just fitted, but the smaller one's backboard made it too large. I carefully removed the smaller screen from the backboard, and it still worked fine. Next I needed to figure out how to use them. After about a week of experimenting, I came up with a design. Starting with the PC, I'll build an animation app. This is also a server which connects via Ethernet to a Orange Pi, which is a little PC, which is a TCP client that forwards the message on via SPI to a STM32, which then talks to all the screens. The large screens are 128 by 128 and the small screen is 96 by 64. Next I'll add a small monochrome screen for debugging. For the power I'll use 12 volts, which will then split up into a 5 volt converter and a 3.3 volt converter. 5 volts will be for the Orange Pi and 3.3 volts will be for everything else. Here I started putting the hardware together. I'm busy working on the screens and I've got a separate board for the screens. I screw everything in together so it doesn't move around. Now I'm working on the main board with the Orange Pi and STM32 in the power. I put in the Orange Pi's power incorrectly here, but I did notice it later on. Well, there's two things wrong. It's running on off 3.3 volts and it's the wrong way around. And screwing everything in again so it doesn't move around. Trying to make it as neat as possible. The main reason for that is since the wiring gets seriously complicated, it's good to have it all neat. I'm starting to do the wiring now. That was the first test with the test program I had, which was working. Now I'm rewiring it for Paimon. So the wiring is a bit different because it's got a few extra devices in it. I plug in the program. And then there was a problem with the bottom screen. So I had to go figure out what was the problem. I got it working there. And this is where I noticed the power was incorrect. Okay, so at the bottom it's 3.3 volts and at the top it's 5 volts. And the top one's got an extra connection for the servers that I'm later on adding. And it's working. Then I spent about a week and a half writing all the software. Next is the demo. The screen at the bottom is recorded on a cell phone since the screen capture software didn't work with my app for some reason. I'm connecting the Orange Pi there. You can see it's connected. And I'm loading a Paimon image list, which you can add images and then save them as a list later on. I'm adding 2 eyes and a mouth. And then I'm just rotating it so you can see that that works. And mirror. So these are just some simple functions that I can change while trying to animate it. And then you can increase the draw size and change the color to whatever you want. And then draw. There's a bit of a delay on the monitor, but that's just a coding issue I've got. I've just got to clean up the code a bit. And then I'm just drawing a bit more. The screens do flicker a bit, but that doesn't happen in real life. It looks perfect in real life. I'm loading some high def images just so you can see the quality of the screens. The next episode is going to be about moving the head around using servos. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye.